Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave, Shiklah. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we continue looking at this Marvel Legends Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave, and in front of me we have a perfect character for a Deadpool wave, as she is the former Mrs. Deadpool. It is, of course, Shiklah and Jeff the Land Shark, which is a strange combination, as usually Shiklah has her own pet, which is a little green dragon that she calls Bug. So that would have made more sense for her to come with him than Jeff. But I'm not complaining. We will find a place for Jeff in the display, and he is a pet of Deadpool as well. But I'll explain as best as I can as I open these up, because Shiklah, as I said, is the former Miss Deadpool, but she's really an undead sort of demon, but this is a human form. But as I said, quite a good character for a Deadpool wave. So there she is in the box with the last piece we need to build Strong Guy, looking very nice. On the side we're getting a nice graphic image of Shiklah, and then Jeff there smiling at the bottom of the box. On the back, as always, we get a little promo picture and a write-up that reads, Shiklah is a shape-shifting superhuman queen of the Undead and the former Mrs. Deadpool. And we don't get any little write-up for Jeff the Land Shark, unfortunately. But we do, as always, get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build Strong Guy Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Shiklah. So as I said, this is a good character for a Deadpool wave and nice adding new characters to the display. So without further ado, let's get her open. So here we have Shiklah out of the box, and yes, she's wearing heels and it's quite awkward to get to stand up. But before we take a look at her, I do want to mention she comes with the last piece we need to build the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure. So obviously check back, because the next review on the channel will more than likely be Strong Guy himself. So yes, come and check that out, as I'm looking forward to building him. But today is all about Shiklah, and I hope I'm saying that name correctly, but I do think it said Shiklah. She is, as I said, like the sort of queen of the Undead. She's from like some sort of monster realm. Dracula wanted to marry her so he could rule the monster realm, and he sent Deadpool to go and get her, and Deadpool ended up rescuing her and marrying her in the end, because she could kiss Deadpool without Deadpool dying, because usually she kisses people and their life force gets sucked out of them. But yeah, she fell for Deadpool, and yes, she married Deadpool in the comics. It is canon. But unfortunately, they have now split up and it's the sore subject. But she does occasionally call him for a booty call now and then. Now, what's weird about this is that she comes with Jeff the Shark. Now, Jeff the Land Shark is a pet of Gwenpool. Gwenpool ended up giving him to Elsa Bloodstone, and then Deadpool did end up with Jeff the Shark. But usually Shiklah has her own pet, which is Bug. It's a little green dragon. So it would have made a lot more sense for Shiklah to come with her own pet Bug than it does Jeff the Land Shark. But as I said, Jeff the Land Shark is a pet of Deadpool, so it makes sense. So I'm struggling to get her to stand up. So instead, let's zoom in and take a look at these. So let's start off with Jeff, because why not? Look how fun this guy looks. So think puppy crossed with a shark. I'm not too sure of his origins, but I know he is Gwenpool's pet. And look how happy that guy is with his smiley teeth there and his little black beady eyes. But yeah, he's one solid piece, nicely painted all the way around, and he stands up on his own, no problem at all. And as I said, he ended up with Elsa Bloodstone and then eventually Deadpool. So it's a fun little Easter egg to add to your displays. But if you're not a recent comic book reader, you're definitely going to be seeing this guy in the packaging in Shiklah and thinking, who is that? But it's still fun. And a nice little packing from the Hasbro team, so no complaints from me. But as I said, no articulation, one solid piece, and yeah, fun little Easter egg for your shelves. And here is our closer look at Shiklah herself, the only female in this Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave, but she is very nice. Look at the detail on her. So the face is very good. The sort of jewels there on her forehead are sculpted in there, but then the purple paint and the sort of on the eyes and the lips are very nice. The hair sculpt's all new, definitely seems all new, with this sort of, see the bat there, her sort of bat sort of thing, you can see it's sculpted. And then on the earrings as well, if I move the hair out of the way a little bit, you can see those gold earrings, Pat Butcher earrings if you're an EastEnders fan. That's a very UK reference. This jewellery piece is a separate piece that I'm sure you could pop off if you pop the head off and take that off if you wanted to. And then she's wearing like this purple outfit. This belt piece is separate as well. And And then she has got these cuff pieces that are attached to this sort of, let me zoom out a little bit, this sort of soft material, sort of flimsy. You've seen it before if you have a Storm from Marvel Legends. So I think it's the same thing with Storm. So it's attached to the wrist. You could pop the wrists off and pull that off if you wanted to. And she has like her flary out sort of hands that you see with a lot of mystic Marvel Legends. And as I said, she is from the monster realm, so she does possess some sort of crazy abilities. But that purple's on the top of the legs, down the thighs, and these big black boots with these heels, these very frustrating heels. Very hard to get a female legend to stand with the thin legs and those heels. So it can get a little frustrating, but I do really like the character design. And as I said, if you do Google Shiklah, you'll see for yourself that it is very accurate. And it does seem like Hasbro have done their research on this one, because she looks very nice. That hair sculpt's definitely new as well. Very long on the back. So you're not going to be able to get her to look up much. But she will look down quite a bit, and you can see the hair there. But yeah, looking good, this one. Looking very nice. So she's on the standard female body, so when it comes to articulation, you know what to expect. This one is probably going to be more fun to pose up on a flight stand like this, sort of maybe get some effect pieces with her or something, and you can get her standing out on the display. But yeah, articulation, she gets the double jointed knees, and the boots go all the way up there. She has got ankle pivot, but as I said, with these heels on, it's going to be really hard to get her to stand anyway. Single jointed elbows, as you would expect from a female, and then the waist is on sort of this ball joint, so you do get a bit of motion there. And I've already showed you the head will go down, but not back much. Wrist joints as well, of course, up and down, and then shoulders are decent enough. So you can still get her in some nice poses, to be fair. Like, you just got to work your magic, and I'm not even the best poser when it comes to action figures, but for a mystical sort of demon, shape-shifting demon, this is a fun one to have displayed up on a flight stand on the shelf for sure. And just to show you, you can pop the hands off and then take off this sort of fabric piece, and as you can see, it's very black with just those sort of dots around the edge, and it's just looped on to the wrist like that. So you put that there and you put the hand back on. So if you wanted to get your own custom one, go crazy. And I just wanted to show you Shiklah up on a flight stand just to see how good she looks posed up for display. And this is a Mafex flight stand, so probably a bad example as it's quite chunky, but I really like the character design of Shiklah. And I think once she's posed up like this, hovering above your Marvel Legends, she's going to look nice somewhere on your display for sure. Let me just spin this round real quick and you can see. I like the cape as well, adds a little bit of flair and gives it a little bit of difference on the display. So Hasbro don't really give us a lot of soft goods, and I guess you can count this as soft goods. Very flimsy though. Maybe people will prefer an articulated version, but again, just wanted to show you she does look very nice up on a flight stand. Like the character design, very happy with Shiklah. Moving on to comparisons, here we have Jeff the Land Shark with Gwenpool, and I think this is where Jeff will land on my display in the end, somewhere with Gwen. It makes the most sense and they look fun together. See, look how fun they look together. Next, here we have Shiklah compared to a couple of Deadpools. Now, I personally think she best suits this pantless Deadpool, as I think that's more their era of the comics, and this one here is the more old school Merc with a mouth, sort of assassin, serious Deadpool. So she will probably end up somewhere on my shelf with this guy, but even still, she has options. See, I told you she has options. Here we have it compared to the two Deadpools that came in this Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave with the X-Men blue and yellow Deadpool. And then in case she wants to do some role-playing, here's Pirate Deadpool. And is it just me or is this guy really hard to stand? It seems like he has one leg shorter than the other, but I guess maybe that's because he's a pirate, maybe. Here we have Shiklah compared to some other females from the Marvel Universe, including Ladypool, as I thought that made sense, and then Psylocke from the very recent Nimrod 3-pack. And as you can see, she scales just probably a little bit taller than both of these. Here we have Shiklah compared to some other legends from this Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave. It is, of course, Maverick and Black Tom. Make sure you check out my reviews for both of them on the playlist. And hopefully you've already seen my reviews for Warpath and Sunspot, also from this Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave. So far, so good. And just for fun, here we have Shiklah compared to some army builders, as we have Hydra Bob here, and Hellfire Hank just will not stop staring. I think the poor guy's in love. So, final thoughts, I'm very happy with this Shiklah and Jeff the Landshark pairing. Doesn't quite make sense, but I'm not complaining about it. Two brand new characters, if you will, to add to the collection, and I'm always very happy when I can do that. And yeah, she has trouble standing up, but again, put her on a flight stand, she's going to look better anyway, and then those troubles are out the window. And Jeff the Landshark, you can put him wherever you want. He's just a fun little Easter egg for your collection. But question to the comments, would you prefer she come with her own pet, which was Bug the Green Dragon, the little fire-breathing dragon that's her own pet? Would you have preferred that she come with him rather than Jeff? Or are you happy that she's with Jeff? Again, the pairing doesn't make sense, but I guess nothing does in a Deadpool universe, and this is a Deadpool wave after all. And the last figures I need for the Strong Guy Builder figure, so make sure you stick around and subscribe to the channel because my next review will be the Strong Guy. So as I say, please hit that subscribe button, and if you want to help the channel grow and in a position to do so, then you can do that on Patreon, links in the description below. But as always, people, my name is Dan W, and I will of course see you on the next one.